Deputy Kenny.
Minister, like all TDs in this House, we've received an email from an impassioned mother whose daughter, Maria, 6-year-old daughter, lives with a condition called PKU. I haven't actually heard of PKU until the email, and that's the issue I want to raise today, is the drug Kuvan for those living with the condition. Ireland has the highest rate of PKU in the world. And as Deputy Dearden said, it has been approved by over 20 countries in Europe. And this drug has been proven to be medically and beneficial for those living with the condition. Now, sadly, Kuvan has been rejected twice by the National Centre for Pharmacoeconomics in the past 8 years, which has left a quite devastating effect on the PK community. Minister, my question for you, and this goes fundamental to a lot of things that go on in this House, and even other things about orphan drugs and people that have rare conditions, not because of their choosing, it's because of their circumstances. But they have twice said that it's not to be approved. Now, obviously, the reason why it's not approved because they look financially that it's not cost beneficial. I'm asking you, Minister, will you override their decision? Override their decision and say to the manufacturer of this company, sit down and agree a price. It's been done before with the community of CF, with Orkambi. So I'm asking you, override their decision because this drug can greatly benefit from those who are suffering from the condition. Thanks.
4 minutes.
Here, looking to thank the two deputies for raising the issue here today. I wish to medicines play a vital role in improving the overall health of Irish patients. Securing access to new and innovative medicines in a timely manner is a key objective of the Irish Health Service. However, the challenge is delivering on this objective in an affordable and sustainable way. Under the community pharmacy schemes alone, over 70 million prescription items will be dispensed in 2017 at an estimated cost of approximately €1.7 billion, taking account of fees and ingredient cost. In addition, the HSE will spend in excess of €500 million in 2017 on medicines through a range of other schemes in hospitals and in other care settings, for example, in nursing homes. Expenditure on medicines represents one of the largest areas of expenditure across the health service and will continue to grow in the years ahead as our health service continues to meet the needs of our citizens. This is most welcome and can have a transformative impact on the health of patients. However, as the Minister has stated previously, the cost that some companies are seeking to charge for their medicines may result in a situation where certain treatments may never become available to patients. This is the case not only in Ireland but across the EU. That is why it is essential that Ireland has a scientific, robust and evidence-based assessment process in place. This ensures that decisions in relation to the reimbursement of medicine are made on an objective and scientific basis and recognising the health needs of the population and other factors. The Health, Pricing and Supply of Medical Goods Act 2013 provides the legal framework in Ireland for such a process. This Act gives full statutory powers to the HSE to assess and make decisions on the reimbursement of medicines, taking account of expert opinion as appropriate. The HSE followed a process set out in the Act for the assessment of all drugs. In reaching its decision, the HSE examines all the evidence which may be relevant in its view for this decision and will take into account such expert opinions and recommendations which may have been sought by the HSE, including, for example, advice from the National Centre for Pharmacoeconomics. Sapropterin Kuvan was previously considered under the national pricing and reimbursement process in 2009, as the deputies have outlined. At that time, insufficient evidence was available to support the pricing and reimbursement application submitted by Merck Serono for Kuvan. In December 2015, Merck Serono advised the HSE that the market authorisation for Kuvan was transferring to BioMarin in 2016. The HSE met with the new market authorisation holder, BioMarin, in May 2016 and was advised that it would be submitting a health technology assessment dossier in relation to Kuvan. The NCP assessment of the BioMarin dossier was completed on the 15th of September 2017 and the NCP did not recommend Kuvan for reimbursement reimbursement as it was not deemed cost-effective. The HSE assessment process is ongoing, and the HSE will take into account the expert advice of the NCP when making its decision in line with the Health Pricing and Supply of Medical Goods Act 2013.
Thanks to you, but this statement doesn't really mean anything. It's hollow, to say the least. And what this comes down to, from what I said from the start, it comes down to a price put on somebody's life. And somebody has made a decision. I don't know if it's you, but somebody has made the decision that the price in somebody's life is not worth the medication for that. Now, this, as I said, this goes further than Kuvan and people out with PKU. This goes into other orphan drugs, such as Deputy Adams was there yesterday, for Translara, for people with muscular dystrophy. So, what I'm asking you again, will you override their decision? And also review the assessment done by the NCPE on orphan drugs, because the assessment is fatally flawed. So people that have conditions, not of their choosing, because of circumstances, they're being discriminated, medically discriminated against because of price. So I'm asking you to review this decision and override the decision by the NCPE.
Minister.
Can I say to both deputies at the outset, I'm very, very acutely conscious that there's very real lives behind this speak, and sometimes it can come across as very harsh departmental responses to these, and I am acutely aware that these are real people and these are real children that are involved, who have mums, dads, brothers, sisters. So we are talking real life, and I'm not going to forget that for a second in any of the debate. I will, Deputy Deary, have the assessment process looked at, and I will ask my officials to review that. There is a difficulty, I suppose, insofar as there are very clear guidelines set out on how to assess the process, and that's done in law. That's there under the it's under the Schedule 3 of the 2013 Act, the process there for doing this. The NCP have made a recommendation, but the HSE hasn't made a decision yet, and I want to clarify that. I think from some of the media reports that have been out there recently have presented it in such a way that the decision has been made. The decision hasn't been made, just the NCP recommendation has been made, and they have looked at it as their duty bound under the law, under the Act, to look at a variety of different criteria in assessing it, and they have not recommended it, but the HSE has to make a decision yet on it, and that assessment process is still ongoing. And I appreciate the opportunity that both of you have given to give airtime to it and to further add the human side to this deliberations that are going on. I have to make the broader point as well that we are spending €1.7 billion on drugs in this country, on prescribed drugs in this country, and that is a challenge for us, and we cannot have an open chequebook scenario when a pharmaceutical giant, international giant of a company, comes to Ireland offering prescription drugs at sometimes twice the rate, whatever the rate is, in other countries. So there is a negotiation process. There is a business model, unfortunately, underpins it. It is human life, of course, on all levels. But just to reassure you again, the final decision has not been made, and the HSE is ongoing, and I welcome both of your contributions to that process.